Arthur, I've got what's called an EVO Elite 3.5 trigger. In another segment, we talked about the Pro 3.3.
Yes.
What's the point? What's the difference?
The difference is, this is the final evolution of that series. We started out with the Pro, but the entire line, we internally called it the evolution or EVOs of the regular connectors. And what we found out was we kept moving around the guide angle and the disconnector tab and the trigger control tab until we got what we felt was the smoothest, lightest possible trigger connector we could come up with that also survived several thousand rounds of your testing.
Yes.
and worked. So this is just the evolution of those other products. Because of the positioning of the reset tab, it is slightly heavier, 0.2 pounds than the Pro.
Right.
But people like lightweight, so we do what our customers want.
Right, right. Yeah, when this first came out, I actually did a YouTube video on this trigger because it is really good. And if I understand it correctly, this is your personal favorite.
It is.
Right. Now, the reason I don't prefer it is I think, at least it feels to me, like the reset is a little bit longer with the EVO than it is the Rocket. And you gave me an explanation for that. Would you mind sharing that with the viewers?
Yeah, it's primarily gun dependent, because some guns, because of the shape of the trigger bar, when Glock stamps them, you can have a slightly different, almost up to a degree difference in the radius. So some trigger bars will give you a very short, crisp reset.
Right.
So if you wanted to go through a box of trigger bars, you would find one that would reset just like anything else.
Right, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
That's what makes Glocks so easy to put together.
Yeah, that's what makes them so reliable, and that's the genius of Mr. Glock, is that nothing needs to be fitted.
Right, absolutely.
And if the gun goes down, anybody can fix a Glock.
Right.
The other reason was we moved that guide angle, we moved it slightly higher than on the Pro series.
Okay.
So that it ends up being a smoother trigger stroke.
Right.
Because we put the mechanical advantage on the trigger, not on the trigger connector.
So in the end, it's just like many other things in the firearms industry. It's just what you like, which kind of sounds like that's why you offer multiple different connectors.
It's like shoes.
Yeah,
You got to find the one
absolutely.
that fits you, and those are the ones you'll wear every day, and those are the ones that give you the highest degree of comfort.
Well, if you want to find out which Ghost connector is right for you, check in at www.ghostinc.com.